Hello there, everybody. Welcome to today's webinar. My name is Bridget. I am the social media guru here at Realty Executives New Jersey, and today we are going to be talking about writing your agent bio, writing a strong agent bio. Now, I have a bunch of examples as we go through these tips and features with writing your agent bio. So I'm going to be flipping my screen back and forth to show you these examples. But if you have any questions as we go about today's webinar, please do type them into the chat box on the side of the screen there. Be happy to get to your questions as soon as I can. And of course, don't wait. If it's in your head, write it down. So let's get into how to write a strong agent bio. Now, the blank page can be a scary thing, making it difficult to put your thoughts together or even to know where to begin. So when you're writing your agent bio, you want to be both informative and engaging, ensuring that you stand out from the crowd of a lot of agents in your market. So by looking at well-developed agent bios, we can reverse engineer the writing process and determine what elements make them work so well. So I'm going to go through examples to find the starting point for your new or your revised bio. So first, let's take a look at starting with a strong opener. Now, Pam's bio here is as sunshiny and friendly as she is. Now, it starts with a glimpse into her personal life that draws in the reader and makes them want to connect to this cheerful mom. By leading with the personal, this bio builds rapport with the reader. This is enforced by the use of her first name throughout, further emphasizing her personality. And of course, she's got a picture there, her information, but she does use her first name. She's not saying the last name as she goes through. She does use her first name. Talks about her examples of leadership, her list of accolades. She's got a separate section for accomplishments and awards. And of course, we do offer this kind of a separate section on your Prime Agent profile as well. So you can still use the same kind of structure inside of Prime Agent when you're putting down your bio. You can also separate things out on your own as you like as well. But I wanted to give you here, let's look into another example of a strong opener. Jump over to my next tab over here. Okay, here we are. Now, here with Diane's bio, let me scroll down to Diane's bio here. So she starts up at the top here with all of her information. But she does have a nice, neat structure built out. So Diane's bio starts with an attention-grabbing opener. You know, her life has been a series of big, brave moves that will no doubt resonate with potential buyers and sellers looking to engage her services. By emphasizing her background and the moves she has made in her life, her bio lets potential clients know that she understands the journey they are going through on a personal level. So again, she's got that bold statement up front, and she goes through the rest of her bio. So we want to, let's go back to my presentation here, make sure we get our, so we want to make sure that when you start with your strong opener, lead with something personal, which can build rapport with your reader. And by emphasizing your background, Your bio lets potential clients know that you understand what they're going to be going through. So, two key points here to consider, starting with a strong opener for your bio as well. Okay, let's move on to another point, to choosing between if you're going to be writing in the first person versus if you're going to be writing in the third person. So let's get to an example here. Now, Brendan does a great job of giving his readers some of his personal history prior to joining the real estate profession. Most real estate agents these days are choosing to write their bio in the third person, but Brendan takes a bold step and writes in first person. This comes across as strong and effective, and you can feel Brendan's leadership qualities just from reading his bio. And he left it here short and sweet. So it's not always quantity over quality, but quality over quantity. Got another example here. Okay. Now we're going to go here into Sarah. And Sarah's bio here is written in first person, which makes it feel personal and gives the reader a sense of her voice. Here you get a sense of both her widely varied experience and background and the dynamic energy that allows her to do so many things so well. And she also breaks it out into the separate sections, just as you can do the same on your prime agent bio section as well. So let's just review about writing in the first or third person. Now, when you're going to write in first person, it makes it feel personal and gives the reader a sense of your voice, but you can certainly write in third person as well. First person, like I showed you with Brendan's bio, gives it that, you take a different step there with it. All right, let's move on to my next point that I want to talk about here, about incorporating quotes from yourself and your clients. Your clients, look at that. A lot of cues there. But it's the same as if you're going to incorporate testimonials, reviews, things of that nature. So let me jump to my example. Okay, so here in this bio for Amber, she emphasized on incorporating quotes from herself and her satisfied clients. Though it is written in third person, Amber's voice and personality come through in the quotes directly from her. Now, in addition, incorporating a client testimonial within the bio adds authenticity and highlights the testimonial itself. This way, its message doesn't get lost among others in a page full of testimonials. So you can do a one and done, which is great as it is, but of course, she's got a couple here. She's got her section for a recent client, put it like this. And as you get a little bit further down here, she does have more quotes in as well for what even she's saying. So therefore, incorporating those quotes, it shows the authenticity, and it's going to bring about a little bit of a highlight as well. Okay, so the next point that I want to talk about here is your tone. Will it be formal or informal? Just as writing in first and third person, what kind of a tone are you going to set for your bio itself? Let's get into my example here. So at all of the bios for this particular brokerage, a lot of them are short and sweet here, but adding more impact in a relatively small space. And here we can see that Teresa's bio is full of energy, giving you insight into the way she works professionally, the way she acts personally, and the passion she has for the neighbors that she serves. Now, this is a fun, high impact bio that is sure to appeal, especially to younger buyers and those looking for an informal, relatable attitude in their real estate agent. So, again, choosing the tone, formal or informal, and this is definitely a good example of the informal, relatable attitude that you can give off to your clients. One more example about your tone. Now, by contrast here, Cheryl's bio is more structured, in keeping with the more formal overall vibe of the website and brokerage brand. Note that she doesn't include awards, certifications, and designations throughout the text, since these can make for clunky reading. Instead, she lists them at the end of the bio. This allows her to include this important information without interrupting the narrative flow. I'm a big proponent of that. Listing them out afterwards, giving those bullet points, giving it that separate section. Here's the things I've done well. Here are the awards that I have. Here are the accolades that I have. And that is exactly something that Cheryl here does with her bio. I'll scroll down a little bit here for you. So she's got her points at the end as opposed to putting them within and writing them about within itself. So let's just go through that one more time, make that point understood. For the tone being formal or informal, goodness gracious, words today. So like I was saying, short and sweet, and keeping your awards and certifications in a separate section. And you can do that in your Prime Agent profile. We've got those separate sections. So I'm a big proponent of that, keeping those separate sections there. Of course, you can certainly include them throughout the text as well. That is completely up to you. It is an option that you have. What kind of tone are you going to set for your readers? Let's jump into now some personal details here. Okay. So now we see this particular one here about, yep. Okay. So about Jennifer, who does a great job of calling out not just her community, but her favorite parts of the community as well. And this sort of attention to detail lets sellers know you are aware of the things that matter to the residents of their community. And knowing what matters will certainly help you market your homes better as well. So personal details. Well, thanks, Janine. I'm so glad you like my suggestion. I've got a bunch more. Stay tuned. I do have another details to align with your clients I'd like to show you here. This one's a little bit different. So this brief bio for a Central Florida broker, Courtney here, aligns her with her ideal client avatar through its emphasis on the fact that she is a Florida native, somewhat rare in a state filled with transplants, and was a professional equestrian for many years. So this burnishes her credentials as a true expert in equestrian properties throughout the Central Florida region that she serves. So small detail, professional equestrian gives her that ability to be an expert in equestrian properties. I also talk about the benefits that you can have to yourself, your the ones I talk about in my creating your online brand webinar, where you get that attribute for yourself. Your attribute gives you your benefit. So your attribute, I don't know, you're a mom and you've got 4 kids. Well, then your benefit there is that you're able to have really good negotiation skills. So take that for what you can. And here, a small detail, horses, horse properties. So don't forget about those small details that you can have as well. Okay, so consider using unique formatting and personalized stylistic choices. And this is definitely something that we do allow you to do a lot of in your Prime Agent profile. You can put in colors, you can put in links, you can put in videos, you can put bullet points, you can put numbered lists, you can put all kinds of things there. So let's check out an example that I have here. So this brief bio for Kay emphasizes both her deep roots in the DC area and the various roles she plays. Now, by formatting using a bulleted list instead of traditional paragraph structure, this draws attention more clearly to her work as a realtor, the reputation of her brokerage, her recognition from Washingtonian, and her experience as an investor. So let's scroll down a little bit here. Here is her bulleted list that she gives. So she does have the big call out in the beginning there, but giving it a little bit of a stylistic feel. So she's got something in bold and she explains it with something else in that particular bulleted line. So I got another one here. Show you this one. Now, Leslie's bio is dynamic and attention-grabbing, starting with a brief conceptual titles that define her and resonate with her potential clients. So the structure here is developed around her understanding of the market, working with sellers, working with buyers, bookended by that fabulous intro and a conclusion that focuses on her personal real estate experience within the Charleston market. So she does have a read more here, and that expands. As well. I've got one more example here that I want to show you. Go back up to the top a little bit here. This one's a really cool one. I like how Amy put her bio together. So her bio here is written in first person and is filled with thoughtful details and insights. Clients who read this will come to their first meeting feeling like they already know her and understand what it would be like to work with her. Warm and inspiring, this bio is filled with glimpses into her personal and professional life. And, when I talk about the personal and professional, I always talk about that 80-20 golden rule. And I talk about the 80-20 golden rule as applying to your social media. Well, newsflash, your bio is on the web here, and therefore it is social. So putting in that 80-20 rule and applying it here, 80% personal, 20% professional, yeah, your bio, you want to, put down what you did and where you studied and where you're able to get your credibility from. What else do you have here? Putting in your passions in life, putting in what you love to do, putting in something about your family. A cool thing here that she has pictures here that she shows. If she wasn't in real estate, she'd be an interior decorator. She's got an image here about how she's a morning person or things that make her day. This looks really cool here too. And you can certainly put in bullet points onto your Prime Agent profile about this. You can certainly make things different colors on your Prime Agent profile. She also has a section here with things that she believes in, and she has some quotes that she puts in here. Well, so you've got a lot of different things that you can do with your bio. Okay, now let's get back into do's and don'ts. So you've got these points that I've been given to you here to how other agents are using their bio to further their business. So now you got to start writing it. So you've seen some examples. Now it's your turn to start writing. And if you stick with me till the end, I may or may not have some templates for you to use. Stick with me to the end. But right now, I've got some rules that everyone writing a real estate bio should follow. So you got to remember that your bio is your chance to introduce yourself to your prospective client. Share what you're all about. Give them your history and a direction. All of this all at once. This is valuable real estate, if you will. So choose each of your words carefully. Your bio is an extremely useful tool for growing your career. So we'll start at the beginning with a headshot, which you all should definitely have, of course, across your social as well, because that's going to tie your brand together. You want to, pay a pro who can give you some great advice about lighting, clothes, makeup, etc., etc., etc. You know the feeling when someone says, "I'm just going to sell this house FSBO." Photographers get the same feeling when you say, "I'll just use a photo from my Facebook page." So your bio is a place to tell your story, not sell your services. People are coming to your bio because they want to know about who you are. The services you offer are plastered all over the rest of your website and your social media, so no need to use valuable line space for that sort of thing in your bio. Very, very few of you run a real estate business that isn't rooted in a particular community. Real estate is a hyper-local venture, and even though you may work in different cities and towns, you are still a local somewhere. People crave connection with those they identify with. Talk about where you are and why it matters to you. So about 50% of readers who land on text, like your bio, won't make it past having to scroll on their phone. Every word counts. So keep it short, concise, and on topic. Now here's a key. If you can keep it under 200 or 300 words, that's, like 2 or 3 paragraphs, you're in good shape. I'm a big proponent of short and sweet. Quality over quantity. Now, a big part of the reason people read your bio is to see if they identify with you. Share a little bit of what you've come from and what brought you to real estate. If you have something compelling to say about the future, you want to share that as well. Now, your readers don't need to know your high bowling score or the precise mixture of gin and tonic you prefer, but just a little peek behind the curtain of your life helps to humanize you and give your readers a continuously clearer picture of who you are as a person. Now remember, you aren't selling services here, but a well-written bio is itself an implicit call to action. When someone reads your bio, you want them to say, "Wow, this is the sort of person I want to work with." So don't forget to include social media links in your contact information so readers can follow you through on that urge. Okay, so it seems obvious enough to not have to actually include it here, but hear me out. You aren't embellishing a resume, you are telling your story. If you embellish the truth a little bit to sound more successful than you are, there will inevitably be a time when someone calls you out on it. So the repercussions from that sort of social and credibility damage run deep. Don't do it. Just tell the truth. So undoubtedly, us in the office, we spend a lot of time, investing and establishing all of the ideals and foundations that Realty Executives is built upon. And you, Mr. Agent, Mrs. Agent, Miss Agent, as a member of the team, your ideals and stories should be consistent with the company's. So use our clout and brand development to enhance your own narrative. And last but not least, all your hard work to tell a great story about yourself will go down the drain if readers are distracted by silly things like spelling or grammar mistakes. Have someone, myself, or multiple someones, like myself and Janine, read your bio and give you some feedback. You want to edit, make changes, chisel it down to its strongest and best form. Those are just a couple of some do's and don'ts of real estate bio writing. All right, some bonus tips before we wrap up here today. Choosing between first person and third person voice when writing your bio can be a challenge. First person is often more informal and conversational, while third person may lend an air of authority and formality. Again, a bio doesn't have to be lengthy to be effective. While you may want to use a longer version on your website or on some of your promotional platforms, you may want to keep on hand a shorter version for social media or for marketing collateral, introductions, applications, and other times you need a brief overview of your qualifications. While many agents are rightfully proud of the certifications and designations they have earned, these should not be presented as a list of acronyms at the end of your name. Take time in your bio to fully name the designations and certifications and discuss why they matter to your business. And lastly, closing strong is important. Consider whether you want to end with a call to action, a paragraph about your personal interests, or a quote, or a testimonial. Closing strong is important. Okay, I have on the side of the screen, under the files there, bonus for you, I've got 3 real estate agent bio templates. Because remember, someone who's chosen to read your bio is clearly interested in you. They want to see if you are a good fit with them both personally and professionally. They want to get an idea of what it would be like to work together. Why not give them what they're looking for? If you're authentic and let your personality come through in your bio, you can use it as an effective first rung on your new client ladder. So please download that file, Real Estate Agent Bio Templates, so you can start using them. Or take it and run with it. Maybe use it as a starting off point. Whatever it is that you might be using it for. If you have any questions, if you want to have a fresh pair of eyes, read what you've got, I am happy to help. That is my email. That is my phone number. So if you have any questions, let me know. Always around to help steer you in the right direction. Well, thanks, Janine. I appreciate you attending my webinar and everybody else who's attended today. Make sure you download on the side of the screen there those real estate agent bio templates. So you've got a good starting off point, or maybe even a new point to refresh what you've got. Again, that's my email, that's my phone number. My name is Bridget, and the social media guru here at Realty Executives in Jersey. And I hope you learned a little bit more about writing a strong agent bio. You're quite welcome, Sharon. Thanks so much. And everybody else, thanks for attending. Until next time.